Greetings, everyone. We will give parents a little more time to get on and then we will get started. Thank you for joining us.
Good afternoon, team.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
We're going to get started shortly, giving parents a little time to get on.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. I think I forgot I was off mute. Hi, everyone.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Miss Fisher, if you're sticking around, I'll pop in another grade levels curriculum night. I know second grade is going to rock it.
Gracias. All right, we will go ahead and get started. We would like to welcome everyone to our curriculum night 2022. And this is your second grade team presenting this awesome information. Our agenda for tonight, we'll start off with meeting the team, going over our schedule, talking about our ELA skills, our math skills, science and social studies skills for this second semester, reviewing specials, important communication, and reminders, and then we'll have questions and answers at the end if there are any. So we'll start off with meeting our team. I'm Miss Tuzno and Mr. Chick. If you can see him waving in the camera, Miss Stanley. And then we also have Miss Daly. And on our call today, we also have our wonderful K2 literacy coach, Miss Holmes. So she can give a little wave at you all. We are so excited for you all to join us. We have our second grade schedule. It's the same as first, but we wanted to review it again because we want to stress the importance of being on time. It is so important for our students to be on time so that we can begin instruction on time and so that they're not missing out on important information. And so our arrival time and breakfast time is for 7:10 to 7:40. And we begin instruction promptly at 7:45. So it's so important for our scholars to come in, get their breakfast, eat in a timely manner so that we can begin instruction. Now we will discuss our reading skills for the second semester. We're going to still be knowing and applying grade level phonics to be able to decode words, read words on our grade level, which is so important for our scholars right now to put them on the right track to be able to read and write because they go hand in hand. So we want to make sure that they're understanding how to decode those words. We will also continue learning about how to retell a story by looking at the beginning, middle, and end, discussing those characters. So some good things to do at home while you're reading is ask your students, who are the characters in the story? What is the setting? What events happen in the beginning, middle, and end? We want to make sure we ask them, what's the important event? We're not going to retell everything. We want to make sure we pull out the most important thing in the text from the beginning, middle, and end. They will continue asking and answering questions related to the text. And that is just those who, what, when, where, why questions. So if you're reading with your scholars at home, you can ask them different things like what happened in the story, what is the problem, what is the solution, what lesson did the character learn, and different things like that. Our next thing that we'll continue working on in this second semester is describing how characters respond in a story. And what that means is we want students to be able to identify the challenge, which is just another word for problem. Identify the challenge that a character is facing and what do they do to respond? What action do they take? Do they think of a plan? Do they become a hero? Do they ask for help? So we want them to be able to read stories and be able to describe how characters respond. And last but not least, for the second semester, our informational things that we're going to be working on is letting them explain events, procedures, ideas, or concepts while citing evidence. We want students to be able to determine the cause and effect as it relates to historical events and scientific processes such as a kangaroo being born or the importance of a water cycle, the butterfly life cycle, and different things like that. We're going to be working on main ideas. So as you're reading with them at home, the informational text, the non-fictional text, ask them, what is the main idea of this text? Meaning, what is it mostly talking about and citing the evidence? And they'll also be still talking about the differences in the point of view of characters because every character has a point of view. And we pay attention to that dialogue to understand what a character thinks, feels, or says. And then we will continue, and this is going to go into our writing as well, ensuring that we are writing complete sentences using the punctuation mark, capitalization, commas, quotations, and determining the meaning of unknown words. And that will go in with our narrative writing, our opinion writing, our informational writing, along with being able to plan, revise, edit, and do research on different topics. Now I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Chick to discuss our upcoming math.
Okay, our math units, as we continue on, what we're doing right now is applying our base 10 understanding. And what that means is we are still working on addition. We've been working on 2-digit addition. Now we're working on 3-digit addition. We've been working on adding multiple numbers up to 4 2-digit numbers. We've also been working with money and being able to count money, identify and count money. Then as we move into Unit 5, we'll be working on plane and solid figures, our geometry unit, and then we'll move into Unit 6, which will be developing multiplication. So our skills, as I said before, is addition and subtraction with and without regrouping. So we've been working all year on regrouping with addition and subtraction. By now, we're really confident that many of the students can add and subtract within 20 mentally. So that's something we've really worked on. Uh, Trying to understanding solving word problems and solving word problems involving money. Because it's one thing just to be able to add and subtract, but we've also got to be able to understand and solve word problems. We need to be able to understand and solve 1 and 2-step word problems. We've worked on drawing bar graphs and reading bar graphs, as well as picture graphs, and we've also worked on line plots as well. So different types of graphs we've worked on all year. And then, as I said, coming up, we'll be working on shapes and creating arrays, and then moving on to beginning of multiplication.
We'll have Ms. Stanley tell us about the upcoming social studies and science units for second semester.
Okay, so parents, as mentioned or shared previously, social studies and science are alternated, and they will continue to be alternated for this second semester. We are working on native Georgia. Today is the first day of preparing for each student to African American with whom they will do a Black History report. So please be looking out for that information to be shared. And we will also continue to work on our unit for the civil rights movement and those individuals who are involved in civil rights. This lesson will probably go for about 4 weeks, will be the entire month of February. And once we complete the social studies project, the students will have an opportunity to present them before the class, and we will also display them within the classroom or possibly even in the hallway of the school. So you will receive further information regarding the social studies project probably by the end of this week, no later than the beginning of next week. Once we leave that, we will come to science, and we will be going into Unit 4, which will be covering the needs of living things. So we will be talking about the difference between things that are living and things that are non-living. And I do want to share with you different things that you will be able to do with the students, activities that you can do at home with them. As far as the social studies, please have them to, if they have tablets, laptops, or even desktop computers, you can actually go on YouTube and you can put in the names of maybe a historical figure that you would like for your child to possibly work on. If not, we will provide a name to your child, but they can do their research there. There are several good videos that are very short, no more than, anywhere from 3 to about 5 minutes long, that the students can actually hear and get factual information about the famous African American that they may be interested in writing or doing their project on. As far as science, when we're talking about the needs of living things, students could actually at home maybe purchase to plant those seeds, compare and contrast the differences between an artificial plant and a real plant.
Miss Stanley, are you?
Something else that you can versus no light at all. So these are just some of the activities that you can actually share in helping your child when they're at home in regards to science and in regards to social studies. But if you need any assistance, please feel free to reach out to each one of your students' teachers. And that will be what we'll be covering for this semester in social studies and science.
Thank you, Miss Stanley. Our specials are still the same for second semester. Students will participate in our music, PE, and media center. They have a different special every day, so they will continue throughout this second semester. For communication, we just want to once again stress the importance of everyone getting on Class Dojo. That is our school platform, not only for your child's teacher, but also for very important school information from Mr. Pratt or our counselor or Miss Berry or any other information that you all will need. It will come on Dojo. So it is so very important that everyone is connected on Class Dojo. So if you haven't done so already, or if you're new, please reach out to your child's teacher to get signed up. Also, as a reminder, we want to stress the importance of signing up for Infinite Campus. I know we have had a lot of questions about when we were printing report cards. We are no longer printing report cards or progress reports. You will need to be signed up on Infinite Campus. So if you need the link, we will put the link in the chat box and also send it back out to you all through Dojo so that you can get signed up. You will be able to see their progress reports and their report card on Infinite Campus. Once again, we will not be printing off any report cards or progress reports. And students will receive 18 grades for the semester, and grades are updated weekly so that you can stay in the loop of things. At this time, do we have any questions? Mr. Chick, are we good in the chat box? Do we have any questions from anyone?
Hold on one second. Don't see anything in the chat box.
Okay, awesome. So we must have did a great and awesome job with our information.
Hi, second grade.
I hear someone.
Hello, second grade. Just want to say thank you all. Can you
Thank
hear
you.
me?
Oh, yeah, we can hear you now. Thank you, Mr. Pratt.
Yeah, thank you all. And I'm sure even if parents couldn't attend this session live, I'm sure they'll get the information and it'll be beneficial to them. So thank you all.
Yes, thank you. So we will close out our curriculum night. And we want to finish strong. So let's ensure that our scholars are present every single day when they can and that they are on time. Once again, thank you so much for joining us and have a great rest of your evening. Thank you, second grade team.